Not everything that historians and archaeologists discover pleases them. Sometimes they come across artifacts or other pieces of evidence that challenge our current understanding of history. Not always in a good way. For better or worse, those new facts have to be accepted as they are, even if they change the way we think about our own history. Here in this video, we're going to look at the most controversial discoveries in American history. Here's a challenge to history that stares you straight in the face literally. During the 1950s, a colossal stone head was found in the jungle of Guatemala. There's no mistaking the features on the head's base. Their Caucasian and nature don't resemble any of the pre-Hispanic races who lived in Central America during the times of antiquity. Stone faces like this are known to have been made by the Olmecs 3,000 years ago. They made other stone heads in the area, and they positioned the faces of those heads to face the sky in the same way that this one does. None of the other faces have features like this, though, for the Olmec to have made this. They must also presumably have seen a Caucasian person, and that suggests a Caucasian presence in this part of America. At a time before Christians believed Jesus walked the earth. Much of the statue was sadly destroyed during an armed conflict in the region around 10 years after the first photo was taken. And so further examination of it is sadly impossible. Our inability to see it with our own eyes today makes it easy for a lot of people to dismiss it entirely. But the original photograph tells us no lies. For many people, the stone egg of Lake Winnipesaukee is one such out-of-place artifact. The egg was found by construction workers as they dug a hole for a fence post close to Lake Winnipesaukee in New England in 1872, at a depth of 6 feet. It's been studied by experts and historians for more than 100 years since then, but we're still no closer to completely understanding it than we were the day it came out of the ground. The type of rock used to carve the egg isn't from the New Hampshire area, and the markings on it are inconsistent with anything else that's ever been found in the USA. The symbols are probably tribal, but no Native American tribe recognizes them. The quality of the stonework is impressive. The egg is drilled almost all the way through and polished to shine, despite they're made from granite. While some have written it off as a hoax, others believe that it's evidence of an advanced civilization of stone workers living in America centuries ago. The Mayan calendar isn't so much a single artifact as a concept, but it's still one that holds plenty of fascination today, not least because many people believe that it predicts the end of the world. Although the existence of the Mayan calendar has been known about and understood for decades. It first became internationally famous in the 21st century because it appeared to predict the end of the world, and 2012, as we all know, 2012 came and went without it. But some people now claim that we've missed the date, and the world will actually end in 2020. That feels more and more likely with each and every passing day. The calculation system we know is the Mayan calendar dates back 2,500 years and has actually mislabeled various cultures that existed before the Maya used the same system of monitoring the stars and measuring time. Although the Mayans refined an attitude, those who have a particular affection for the calendar believe that it's already made a series of successful predictions of the future, and therefore demonstrates that the ancient occupants of the Americas were clairvoyant, although the accuracy of those predictions is wide open to interpretation. As we're all told in school, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Unfortunately for you and the education system, that's a lot. There were already people living in America when Columbus arrived, and even if we're talking about the first foreign visitors to the country, Columbus wasn't among men. Columbus opened the door to English and Spanish colonization of America after his accidental arrival there in 1492. But the first people on the land probably arrived from Asia 15,000 years ago by crossing the Bering Land Bridge. Back then, the strip of land connected Alaska directly to Siberia. So people can walk from one to the other. If you'd prefer to focus on the first European arrivals on North American land, that honor would go to the Vikings who arrived at Newfoundland in Canada some 5 centuries before Columbus. They set up a small town, the remains of which can still be seen today. There's even some evidence that the Chinese colonized parts of South America in the early 15th century, a few decades before Columbus showed up. Columbus was far from being the first, he just had the biggest impact after he arrived. Follow to the page to get notifications and you will be the first to know when a new video comes out. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.